Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode on my channel. Today we're going to be going over my brush collection and what I use them for and some of my favorites. Okay guys, I'm just going to jump right in, starting with my favorite brush for buffing out foundation. This is the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. It's very compacted with synthetic bristles and it won't streak your foundation. This will give you the perfect, flawless airbrush look, especially if you're using a dewy foundation. Along with this brush, I have the Revlon Age Defy Foundation, another favorite of mine. I actually like using this brush more than I like using the Beauty Blender. Crazy, I know. Okay, moving right along, I have the Morphe MB30 brush, very similar to the Sedona Lace B3A, but much more affordable. I use this brush for a very crisp contour, and the synthetic bristles make it easy to clean, and it'll apply perfectly with the cream contour. Along with this, I have a mousse bronzer from ColourPop. It's perfect for my fair skin and it has a great ashy undertone that you can use on any skin type. Another great contender is the Wet n Wild Flat Top Kabuki brush. This is another brush that I love to use when I am applying foundation. It's incredibly soft, 100% vegan, and I mean, look at it. Is that not the most adorable brush you've ever seen? And people, this only costs $3.99. I'm telling you right now, even if you don't wear foundation, walk into Raw Greens Girl and buy you one of these. Trust me. Along with this product, I actually have a Physicians Formula powder, and I know that may seem kind of weird, but I actually really like mixing this brush in with powder as well right after putting foundation on and setting it with the brush as well. Next, I'm going to share with you guys the retractable Kabuki brush from Real Techniques. I love the packaging on any of the Real Technique brushes, and this is the softest thing you'll ever feel. Now, I know I've said that about the last two, but if you could just jump through the screen and feel it. Next to this, I'm comparing the Soulmates bronzer and blush duo from Too Faced, and this is in the shade Ross and Rachel. Now, any of you that know me know I have an obsession with Friends, and I honestly just had to buy it for that name. But this is a perfect bronzer for the summer and whenever you're going to be self-tanning. Now, the blush is honestly just a little so-so, but this is actually only limited edition, so it's not available anymore to buy. And then I have a limited edition powder brush from Real Techniques. However, I really don't find myself reaching for this to apply powder, but instead to blend out contouring. In my opinion, the brush and the bristles are too small for me to consider this a powder brush, but if you have any harsh lines on your face, any blush, any highlight that you really want to soften up, this brush is a miracle worker for that. Now, along with this, I have the oh so famous Too Faced Cocoa Contour Kit that if you saw my last video, you know is a holy grail item of mine. Now, this next brush is a holy grail for me, and I will always have it. This is the Real Techniques contouring brush, and again, I really don't use it for its intended purpose, but that's what makeup's all about. Adapt to what you need and how you like to use things. So instead of contouring with this brush, I actually use it to highlight my cheekbones. You can't quite tell on camera, but the bristles are very fine and they taper towards the top, making it apply highlight beautifully. And speaking of highlight, next to it I have my Candlelight Glow highlight in the shade Rosy Glow from Too Faced. I talked about that in my last video. I love it, can never throw it away, love it. And this little gem right here is the Real Techniques sculpting brush. And for once, I actually agree with the title. I use this as a contouring brush. I find that it has the perfect amount of bristles in it, and it makes your contour very crisp. Along with this, I have the good old reliable Bronze Booster by Physicians Formula. This is an amazing bronzer, especially if you don't want to have an orangey glow on your skin. It has the perfect undertone to brighten up the skin, but without looking cakey or chunky, which I know a lot of people don't like. This next one right here is a Luxie 561 brush. I got this in a BoxyCharm, and I love the way these brushes look. They're gorgeous. I use this brush more for applying highlight or a light amount of blush. It's slanted in the perfect way so that it'll apply a light, even application to your skin. Next to it, I have the Tarte Park Avenue Princess Contouring Palette. And for those of you wondering, no, that is not what I named my channel after. And then I have another Wet n Wild brush to share with you guys. This is their blush brush. and I use it for exactly that. Need I remind you guys how beautiful these brushes are? They're so amazingly packaged. I don't get any shedding, any fallout from them, and this is 99 cents. It is amazing, the quality for the price. And then I just have this right up next to my Park Avenue Princess palette again. I just love the Amazonian clay blush in it. It's a beautiful, beautiful color that I recommend for any skin tone. Moving on to yet another Wet n Wild brush. This is their contour brush. And honestly, I use it for exactly that. And right next to it, I have the good old reliable NYX contouring palette. And then we have my all-time favorite brush for applying blush. This is the Real Techniques blush brush, and it applies blush amazingly. This is actually the first brush I ever bought from Real Techniques, and I got hooked. Real Techniques is an amazing brand. They have tutorials online in case you don't know how to use them, and they give you tips and tricks on how to get the most longevity out of your brush. It's amazing. And then next to this, I have the So Susan Universal Blush. What's amazing about this is a blush that changes its pigment depending on what skin tone it has on it. So you have darker skin tone, it's going to adjust to your skin. It's amazing. And to conclude, I have the e.l.f. Kabuki brush. I actually don't get a lot of use out of this one. It does tend to shed, and though it's only $6, I want to be completely honest with you guys. The Real Techniques retractable Kabuki is just $3 more, and it works so much better. Okay guys, that does conclude my brush collection. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Love you all. Mwah.